guys.
Like that back then, they did that shot.
Come on for a little shout out. Rest in peace. Oh, shit.
Best there is, best there was, best there ever will be.
Hello everybody and welcome to the first race of Season 2 NASCAR Walmart Cup Series. I know what you're thinking. Wow, Levi, it's a little bit early for you to put out a race for Season 2. Well, I figured instead of making you guys wait, we're going to get Season 2 going. And actually, since I've already gotten the tracks that I really needed and the cars I needed, as well as features that were needed for some tracks, we are going to go ahead and get Season 2 started. Hello, I am Levi McIntyre, aka ThrashManiac99, the voice of NASCAR Walmart Cup Series, here to welcome you to the Budweiser Shootout LCQ race at Daytona. Now, people are wondering, what does LCQ mean? Well, LCQ means Last Chance Qualifier. So for this race, it is only 16 laps, and these cars, there are 29 cars in the field for this race. Drivers who didn't win last season or are rookies, and this is the first season we are doing rookies, and we will have rookie point standings as well to determine the first ever NASCAR Walmart Cup Series Rookie of the Year. And the rules on how to advance to the Budweiser Shootout, which is the first official non-points race of the schedule, it is the top 5 drivers to finish this race. The top 5 will advance to the Budweiser Shootout to compete with the winners from last season. But meanwhile, let's get on to the starting lineup for this LCQ. Starting on the pole is the rookie for Richard Childress Racing, the 33 of Gabe Williams. He's taken that car over for Tommy Mooney, who has moved on to another car, which we'll get to later on. But Gabe Williams is on the pole. Second is veteran Henrietta Fitzwater, who is now in the number 36 car for Tommy Baldwin Racing. Can she get into the Bud Shootout? We'll find out. Starting third is a driver who was so close to winning a few races last season, and that is Trent Dunham. He is back in the 1 car. Starting next to him is another rookie in the number 20 car of Brody Taylor. Let's see how he will fare here in this race. And then rounding out the top 5 is going to be the 9 of Ken Thero, who is Dylan Thero's brother. He has come up to the Walmart Cup Series, and he is a rookie this season, and he's taken that ride over Zachary Fitzwater, as he is in the number 07 car for this season. But Ken Thero rounds out the top 5. Then it is Kyle Matthews, who's a veteran, and he's in the 5 car, in that 4 winning car that Austin Weiner put into chase last season. Will Kyle Matthews have the same amount of luck in that car as Austin Weiner did last season? We'll find out when the season gets going. But he starts off 6th. 7th is going to be Austin Talley, who is in the 88 car, taking over for Cole Daly. Will Austin Talley, how will he fare in this race? We'll find out. Starting in 8th is veteran Dylan Young, who is the highest finishing non-chaser in the points last season. And he managed to get up to over 1,000 points. But he did not win a race, although he came close several times. Maybe he can get himself into the Bud Shootout and win the Bud Shootout. You never know. Starting in 9th is a veteran of NR 2003, but he's a rookie here in this series, and that is Justin Talampaz. Now, Justin Talampaz is I've known him from Eric Burden's series, the NRSL Outback Cup Series, I believe. And he does really good, so he's got experience, but here in this series, he's a rookie. So Justin Talampaz starts 9th. Rounding out the top 10 is veteran Charles Jackson. Came so close to getting a win or two last season. Did pretty good up until around chase time. He started to slump a little bit. But we'll see how Charles Jackson will fare here in the LCQ. Then the rest of the field is rookie Sam Young, rookie Joshua Collard, rookie Hunter Bell, Seth Cole, rookie, I believe that is Parker Wright, rookie Ryan Anderson Jr., rookie Annie Thomas, I believe. Yes, Annie Thomas. Then Sonny Hammond, PJ Williams, David Rivera, Tommy Mooney, Betty Johnson, Mason Bromer, Preston Plord, Rue McIntyre, Dylan Thero, I believe that is Alex Hawkins, Alex Pedro, and rounding out the field is Eric Burden. So that is a look at your starting lineup for the Budweiser Shootout LCQ. Let's get ready to go green, and this is a different Daytona than what we are accustomed to. This is the 2011 repaved Daytona, so we're going to see some fast speeds and some really good racing here. Fresh asphalt, fresh pavement, so it's going to create some crazy speeds and some really good racing. And if possible, even though I don't see it happening, they might be able to go 4 wide and make it work, but then again at Daytona, for the most part, it's not likely to have that happen. But it is 29 cars in this LCQ, and there's already 18 cars locked into the shootout itself, which will be coming up after this. But Gabe Williams will lead us to the green flag. Here we go. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls. And Gabe got a very good jump on that start, and he's going to tuck up in front of Henrietta Fitzwater, while that opens the bottom lane for Trent Dunham to get a run in. And right behind Trent Dunham is Ken Thero. But meanwhile, Gabe Williams still holds the lead, but Trent Dunham gets in line in front of Fitzwater. Now here comes Trent Dunham to the bottom to try to get the lead from Gabe Williams. And I think he will. First lead change of the race, and it's already happened here on lap 1. And Trent Dunham is going to lead lap 1 here at the LCQ shootout race. And now second is Ken Thero, and now here comes Austin Taylor in third. Fourth, Justin Talampaz. And then Gabe Williams will fall back to 5th. Then it's Sam Young, Henrietta Fitzwater, Hunter Bell, Brody Taylor, Parker Wright, Kyle Matthews. Then Annie Thomas, Dylan Young, PJ Williams, Charles Jackson, Tommy Mooney, Joshua Collard, Mason Bromer, Ryan Anderson Jr., Seth Cole, Rue McIntyre. Then it's Sonny Hammond, Alex Hawkins, David Rivera, Alex Pedro, Eric Burton, Betty Thomas, Preston Plord, and Dylan Thero. That is how your field is. Meanwhile, Trent Dunham still leads away here at Daytona in this LCQ race. And these cars are relatively doing very well as far as not racing so hard. And look at the speeds, nearly 200 miles an hour here at this fresh surface. Meanwhile, I see a couple 3-wide packs going on. And meanwhile, change for the lead, possibly Justin Talampaz in that 78 car taking over for Joshua Michaels. And he's going to lead lap 3. Our third lead change of the race. But now look who's coming in behind them. That is Sam Young. Dylan Young's brother, I would assume. He'll correct me on it, but I do believe that is his brother. But here comes Sam Young, who is a veteran of NR 2003, but here in my series, he is classified as a rookie. In fact, I believe we have nearly 20 rookies. I'd say 18 or 19 rookies in Season 2. So this is going to be a good mix of veteran and rookies here for Season 2. While meanwhile, rookie Justin Talampaz will continue to lead. He's got a pretty big gap, but that's not a good thing because you're a sitting duck. And there you see David Rivera, who's back here, running next to his teammate Betty Johnson, who's a rookie. And then back here in front of them, we have a couple of veterans, Sonny Hammond and Seth Cole, running back here. And Seth Cole picked himself up a pretty good ride. He's now part of Stewart Haas Racing in that 41 car. So that means he will be teammates with guys like Jessica Shelton, and Parker Wright, who's a rookie, and Alex Pedro, who's a rookie. So 2 rookies, 2 veterans for Stewart Haas. Meanwhile, Parker Wright, funny enough, I was just talking about Stewart Haas. Parker Wright now goes to the lead in that 14 car. But meanwhile, coming in is rookie PJ Williams, who's a veteran of NR 2003. But he's a rookie in this series. And then also coming in third, replacing Austin LaPlante in the 48 car, is Tommy Mooney. Meanwhile, Talampaz is right there. And look at this. 3 wide for the 5th spot that it was. Rue McIntyre in that 28 Golden Corral car with Charles Jackson and Annie Thomas. Meanwhile, Parker Wright continues to lead with PJ Williams 2nd, 3rd Tommy Mooney, 4th Rue McIntyre, 5th Justin Talampaz. Then at 6th Charles Jackson, 7th Annie Thomas, 8th Dylan Young, 9th Sam Young, Alex Hawkins the top 10. Let's take a look back here. David Rivera, he's running in the back and he's just crossing over several lines. This could be strategy, but then again, you never know. And there's Mason Bromer, who's in the championship winning car that Jessica Shelton put in the championship circle last season. Hopefully that kind of luck will rub off on rookie Mason Bromer. And now there you see David Rivera, who is running in the back. Same with Seth Cole, Kyle Matthews. And there's rookie Joshua Collard, who's a well-known veteran and legend in NR 2003. But here, in this series, he is a rookie in that 43 car for Richard Petty Motorsports. Meanwhile, let's take a look and see who is up at the front. We got a battle for the lead between Parker Wright and Rue McIntyre, but Rue McIntyre's got no drafting help, while Parker Wright has Tommy Mooney right behind him. But now here comes PJ Williams. He got a good run up there. Now Rue McIntyre's going to tuck in line in front of Parker Wright, and Rue McIntyre leads, and we are halfway through the Bud Shootout LCQ. Remember, top 5 drivers to finish this race, the winner, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, will advance to the Budweiser Shootout to compete in that non-points race to kick off the season before the Daytona 500. Meanwhile, Rue McIntyre continues to lead. Now, Rue McIntyre, this is a very radical change for that driver. He came in last season in that... oh, wait a minute. I think we see pit stops taking place. I see Sonny Hammond on pit road and David Rivera. We could be seeing some green flag pit stops coming soon, but I was going to say, Rue McIntyre last season had a pretty struggling season in that 8 car for Earnhardt Ganassi Racing, but now since that car is no more, a new car has been brought in to be teammates for Wood Brothers Racing with Chris Oliver, now known as Chase Oliver. Rue McIntyre took that spot, and he's in the 28 Golden Corral Ford. And look at him now. He is leading this LCQ, and now drivers are coming down pit road. Everybody, although I think Alex Pedro is going to stay out. Anybody else staying out? No, looks like everybody else is pitting. But one driver decided to stay out, and that is the 10 of Alex Pedro, who is taking over for Cameron Bailey in that car, who Cameron Bailey will be in the Bud Shootout, but in a new car to run the non-points races that he is originally scheduled to be in. And a quick note about non-points races. I wanted to make a note that for this season's Demolition Derby at Bristol, I will be doing sign-ups for that whenever the time comes for that race. Instead of just the seasoned drivers, we will have different cars, and it will be a sign-up thing. But anyways, Alex Pedro's on pit road. There's Rue McIntyre, who is coming out of pit road, and now he's coming back on the track. I'd say if everything cycles around, Rue McIntyre will be your leader. Let's check behind them and see if there's any cars coming. There is Sonny Hammond, who's running 190 while Rue McIntyre's running 174. But I think Rue McIntyre's going to stay up to speed ahead of those drivers behind them to keep the lead. We'll see where he scored coming across the start-finish line. Let's see. He still scored in second. There's Alex Pedro, who's just now coming out of pit road. Will he be able to get up to speed fast enough to get up ahead of Rue McIntyre? I don't think he will, because here comes the 28 car. And Rue McIntyre is coming lightning fast on the 10 of Alex Pedro. And he is going to get around him. So now the lead goes back to the 28 of Rue McIntyre. Alex Pedro will fall to second. Third is Sonny Hammond. Fourth, Annie Thomas. Fifth, Parker Wright. But he's got Justin Talampaz coming underneath him. And now everything is cycled back around. So currently, if the race was over, the drivers who would transfer to the shootout will be Rue McIntyre, Alex Pedro, Annie Thomas, Sonny Hammond, and Justin Talampaz. While you have Parker Wright in the mix, same with PJ Williams. Preston Plord is right there, along with Charles Jackson and David Rivera. Then it's Tommy Mooney 11th, 12th Dylan Thero, 13th Trent Dunham, 14th Dylan Young, 15th Eric Burden, 16th Sam Young, 17th Alex Hawkins, 18th, wow, we got a pack of cars right here between Kyle Matthews, Joshua Collard, Seth Cole, Hunter Bell, Mason Bromer, Betty Johnson, Henrietta Fitzwater, Ryan Anderson Jr. Then it's Ken Thero, Gabe Williams, who was on the pole, he's back here. Then Brody Talley, and Austin Talley. Meanwhile, we have a new leader, Annie Thomas. All of a sudden, that pack of cars caught the 28 of Rue McIntyre, and some of them have gotten around them. So right now, the top 5 would be Annie Thomas, Justin Talampaz, Alex Pedro, Rue McIntyre, and Parker Wright. Sonny Hammond's up here, same with PJ Williams, Preston Plord, David Rivera, Charles Jackson. But meanwhile, Annie Thomas leads, and it's 2 laps to go here in the LCQ for the shootout. Annie Thomas, who is in that 66 car for Michael Waltrip Racing. Will she be able to hold off these other drivers? While meanwhile, one car is going to step out of line, and that is the 28 of Rue McIntyre, but nobody came down with him. Now he's going to get some help from Sonny Hammond, but everybody else is moving down in front of him. And we have not had a caution in this race, which is really, really impressive. But now we are coming to the white flag. Annie Thomas leads. Final lap here at Daytona for the LCQ for the Budweiser Shootout. Can anybody get around Annie Thomas? And will the top 5 get shaken up here any moment? Because right now it would be Thomas, Talampaz, McIntyre, Pedro, and Hammond. But now here comes Preston Plord to try to get some move going to get into that 5th spot. He's going to go underneath Alex Pedro. He might be able to get, but now here comes Rue McIntyre underneath Justin Talampaz. But I don't know if anybody can get to the 66 of Annie Thomas. It doesn't look like it, so the winner of the Spud Shootout LCQ will go to the 66. Rookie Annie Thomas is going to win the LCQ for the Budweiser Shootout, while the drivers behind her who will be transferred over with her are Rue McIntyre, Justin Talampaz, Sonny Hammond, and Preston Plord. What a race. A great race for an LCQ to get into the Bud Shootout. Annie Thomas wins it. And drivers behind her who got in were McIntyre, Talampaz, Hammond, and Plord. Let's take a look at your official finishing results as no cautions came out. Everybody stayed on track, stayed on the lead lap. But Annie Thomas is going to win the Budweiser Shootout LCQ race here at Daytona. Great job for her. Rue McIntyre, who is probably the dominant car of the race, he's going to come away with 2nd, but he's going to be transferred over into the Bud Shootout. 3rd is Justin Talampaz, who's another rookie. He's going to be advancing to the Bud Shootout. Sonny Hammond in that new 34 Taco Bell car comes away with 4th, and he will be transferred over. And then 5th, Preston Plord, another rookie who is transferred over. So 3 rookies are going to be running the Budweiser Shootout coming up next. 6 went to Alex Pedro, then Parker Wright, PJ Williams, Charles Jackson, and David Rivera was your top 10. The rest of the top 20 were Trent Dunham, Dylan Thero, Dylan Young, Sam Young, Tommy Mooney, Joshua Collard, Seth Cole, Betty Johnson, Kyle Matthews, Hunter Bell, and then the rest of the field was Eric Burton, Henrietta Fitzwater, Alex Hawkins, Ryan Anderson Jr., Mason Bromer, Gabe Williams, Ken Thero, Brody Taylor, and Austin Taylor. But no cars were out of the race as we had no cautions come out in this race, which is impressive. But now coming up next is going to be the Budweiser Shootout. Thank you guys for checking out the Budweiser Shootout LCQ. I am Levi McIntyre saying so long, everybody, and here are your results once again.